Welcome, everyone, to the August 18th episode of The Buzz with yours truly, Momma T. I'm back. I did have to take a brief hiatus. We had a tragedy in the blues world. If everyone's not aware, little Bobby passed away end of last month, and I took a little break, but we're back, and we're going to keep on bringing you The Buzz with Momma T, and we are going to keep interviewing all these local musicians. And we got a great show for you tonight, guys. We've got a local musician, Bubba Maki, and then we've got an up-and-comer named Hadley. Bubba, are you there? Uh-oh. There he is.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hell yeah.
Oh.
I just exited out. I accidentally clicked this. I got this laptop. I got this touch screen, and I accidentally clicked the X on it. Wrong timing.
Oops. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
So I guess, well, I was going to say it's been a while, but it's actually only been, I saw that first week was pretty rough. It was kind of a blur for me. So
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
I'm back, and miss that guy every day for the rest of my life. So, sorry.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I've got his little note. This note I found. I was going through this desk. This is my grandpa's desk, and I was looking for some paperwork, and I found this note with his handwriting that I had never, I don't remember him writing, but I know it's his handwriting. And I don't know if you can read it.
Hang on one second. Sorry, I got to get this. I can't see you. I don't like not being able to see you.
Ah, that's sweet. I don't like being able not to see you either.
Boom. Yeah.
I just randomly found that. I was just like,
put on a happy. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm keeping that right there. Remember?
That's the way to do it right there. That's the way he would want to. I mean, he was definitely that way. You know, he could get through anything.
So before I put the fake eyelashes on today because I was like, well, I'm going to be talking to Bubba, so we're going to start talking about Bobby, and I'm going to start crying again. Then the mascara is going to be all over my face when Hadley comes on. Nah. Let's talk about Bubba, because the first half of this show is yours today.
Oh, yeah?
Can you tell the audience where you're from and about your family and growing up?
Sure. I'm from New Fulton, Minnesota originally. I grew up with pretty normal childhood out in the country. Yeah, I have a good family. They're good people. Grew up to be kind of an oddball, but
you don't say.
I've been lying low a lot lately. To tell you the truth, staying at home. I haven't played many gigs, doing anything like that. But not. Well,
you'll get back out there. You'll get back out there.
I even my mentor. I remember him going through stretches where of his life where he wasn't playing much and stuff. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, because it's kind of hard sometimes to go from where I was to here, but that's the way it goes.
You just answered one of my questions.
Well, it was all shoot. What is it?
One of my questions was gonna be, who was your biggest supporter in your music career?
100% Little Bobby. He was more supportive. I mean, he was my biggest fan every time I walked in the door. I never know how to take it, but he did what I would say. I just got a feeling you're one song away, man. And to this day, I've been waiting for it, but I learned so much from that guy. It's ridiculous.
He had a way of making you get out there and giving you confidence, and
for sure, yeah. Just somebody that talented that I see as that talent that he put in, saying, just humbled me big time as well. I loved every minute of being around him. I learned it. I was always constantly learning. There's times I got pissed off or whatever here and there, but that's just me.
Bobby,
that's on me.
Mad at Bobby.
Yeah, exactly. He was always just doing his thing. You'd not be mad at him, but.
So, was your family music?
Yeah, I have some. My grandpa was actually he'd travel around playing music. His name was Willis Gatson. He was a interesting cat. He probably where I get it from. So he was pretty talented. He had a stutter, and he would go like, what you doing then? And he couldn't. He always talked with a stutter, but he would sing perfect.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like you think about people like Ozzy Osbourne. Like when he's talking, you can't understand a word he says, but when he's singing, it's clear as a bell.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like a different part of your brain. Oh, the battery's running low. Okay.
Oh, you got a cord?
Yeah.
Plug it in. Come on, Bubba.
Oh, I got this.
So, who did you listen to growing up? Who was your musical inspiration?
See, I got pretty far out there. I feel like that's kind of what I'm on right now. Is I'm on a journey back to whatever kind of weird. Because I listen to, like Modest Mouse. I mean, when I was in high school, I listened to a lot like Nelly, stuff like that, and old rock too. But I kind of feel like I'm on a journey to like some sort of weird music. Kind of like when I say weird, it's a good thing, but it's like Modest Mousey. Like it's got a lot of the looping shit, maybe, and some effects.
Yeah, it doesn't like fit into a specific genre. It's like your music is so awesome, dude. Like it's kind of like a mixture of a bunch of different genres.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna go more in. I always try to push the countryish vibe. I feel like I've been playing an act with that almost because it's not really me. I got more like almost a rap thing or whatever, like. But yeah, got a new tattoo yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, check it out if I can show you.
Dare. Dare to what?
Dare, like.
Oh yeah, I know. And it's funny because the shirt I was wearing. Do you remember that shirt Bobby had? It looked like a Dare shirt, but it said sorry.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
It said not everyone can be like me.
Yeah. I was the Dare officer when I was in 5th grade,
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I smoke cigarettes every day.
Cleaning yourself up? That's good. That's good. So what's on your playlist? What do you listen to now?
Oh man. I mean, I've been listening to like a lot of Mouse stuff like that. I'm a big Oasis fan.
Oh yeah.
I don't really listen to that much music, to tell you the truth. I go listen to it with a purpose. There's a one called by Jeremy Pinnell called The Ballad of 1892. I listen to that one quite a bit. My buddy Adam showed me that one. But if I listen to whatever I listen to, it's for a purpose. It's almost like I've been listening to a lot of Cher, Believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I love that song. Do you believe in life after love? It's a great tune, man.
It is. It is. That was actually one of my mom's favorite songs. That's funny.
And usually that's what I mean. When I listen to a song, I usually listen to them over and over and over again because it's not with the intention, but I want to learn it. So that's how I do it. I just kind of keep listening to it until I figure it out.
Yep. It's always going to be a.
What happened? It's like it's just me.
Clicked on it. My hands are sweaty. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I put my phone on silent, but the messages are still popping up. Oh, I hate when that happens.
I was like, it's just me. I better entertain.
So you write. So you write a lot of you write your own material. What is your writing process?
Oh man, I just throw it off the top of my head, man. I suppose I could show you kind of. This is what I was doing earlier. What was I doing? She ain't lying. She don't mind committing a crime every now and then. She don't need nothing, Lord, she don't need nothing from always low. She's on the level. Something like that's what I mean. That's
I love it.
I just
Is that
make
one
it
of
up,
the new
and
ones?
if I like it, I keep it. I just did that, like 15 minutes ago before I started. But
Shut up.
no,
I
I'm
love
serious.
it.
Yeah,
That is so awesome.
So I got a bunch of music that I've been writing. I just never know what to do with it all because I need to get it recorded. That's one of the things I will be doing. The one thing I didn't get to learn enough from my mentor was on that side of things. But yeah, I need to get some of it documented. But I have it all. It's just kind of like bits and pieces. I just need to go and do it. But
we both need to find a place. I've been creating a little bit lately. I've been, when the heart is broken, that's where the blues come from, I guess, or inspiration.
I'm sure he's talking to you that way,
Oh, every day. Yeah. What would people be surprised to know about you, Bubba?
I'm super sensitive and shy. I don't think I'm anything special ever. I know that much.
Oh, but you are. You are. Bobby saw something in you.
Yeah, I know.
Bobby saw something in you, and I remember the first time I met you. He got a call in the middle of the night, and I remember him on the phone saying, "Yeah, no problem. Come on over." And I was like, "Who is that?" It's like the middle of the night. He's like, "It's just this kid." He says he's a musician and he's going through some shit and he needs to come and play for a little while. He just needs to come and jam out for a while.
Yep.
And and that's the way Bobby was,
For sure.
He'd give the shirt off his back. I mean,
yeah. No, he definitely. I remember that day. I was going through some heartache there for sure.
So tell me your favorite road story with Bobby.
Oh man, I suppose so many. I really. I mean, it's hard to pick one. I mean, besides when he took the hit weed, so he hit the weed so hard
that story.
Passed out. That was great. I was concerned. It was concerning and great. I'm like, what's going on? You okay? Because we had packed all our stuff up to the stage. We were just about to start, and then I go outside and he's bleeding. He's like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to play, man. Like, what the hell happened to you, man? And then I think after he was telling me what happened, I'm like, well, let me get some of that weed.
Okay, well, if you're not going to tell the story, what actually happened,
yeah, I bet you probably tell it better because I didn't see it happen. I just, from my perspective, I walked out and
I didn't either, but I've heard him tell this story a million times. Yeah. He was out on the road with you, and he decided he was going to run outside, and he was going to smoke a little weed before he got on stage. Mm-hmm. So he's got the door open to the vehicle and he's standing there and he's taking a puff, and all of a sudden he starts feeling lightheaded, and by the time he reached for the door, it was already too late, and all of a sudden he opens his eyes to this guy yelling, "Are you all right? Are you drunk?" And Bobby says, "No, man." He says, "I had some weed." And the guy says, "Well, was it any good?" And Bobby says, "Well, I'm on the ground, ain't I?"
Yeah. Yeah, I just walked out. I was like, "What the hell happened?" And he's like, "I took a hit of weed so hard I passed out." I'm like, "Jeez." He played so hard.
Where were you guys?
That first night on that trip, he played so hard in Minneapolis and so good that he was like exhausted. He was kind of exhausted for the rest of the trip. It was funny how good he was though that first night. I didn't even I refused to get up on stage after he played. I'm like, no, I'm not fucking trying to. I'm not trying to follow that, man. Like, when he was on fire, man, it was epic. It's just the most epic musician there has ever been. I've ever been around.
This show is about you, Bubba.
I know.
I love talking as much as I love talking about Bobby. I mean,
I'm writing a song called Last. Well, there's another song called that. I want to call it Last Train to Clarksdale, but there's already a song called Last Train to Clarks something.
yeah, yeah.
But anyway, it's the end of the chorus goes, Sparky's getting mad and me and little Bobby are getting stoned.
Oh yes, yes. Oh,
yeah.
you're gonna,
Yep.
yeah.
That's gonna be good.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. What is the
another good one on the road with little Bobby is that we stopped at that. I still don't even know his name. There's so many people. I wish I could have figured out who they were as well that I met. We stopped in Quad City, like where the Mississippi River goes through Illinois. There's 4 cities and 2 different states. Like in Illinois, I think it's wherever it is. I know it's in Illinois, but and then we went to this blues shack, and his buddy was there that we ended up staying with, but he had like apple pie and pot infused apple pie, and we just got so shitty. But this guy had a smash room in his house. He said it was mostly women, but he had a room in his house that he would fill up with like glass stuff and all, and people would pay you get to spend an hour in there smashing stuff.
Wow, I don't think he actually told me. I remember him telling me he was going to go do it, but I don't remember.
We never did it. Yeah, we never did it, but it was just interesting. Interesting place, interesting people. The guy knew so many people, or so many people knew little Bobby. It's crazy.
Yeah, everywhere I know. It's crazy. Like
it's nuts. Such a well-known guy throughout the country. It's okay. My favorite part of On the Road with Little Bobby is that he was navigating us the whole way. I'd be driving. I'm like, "Are you sure?" And then he's like, "Yeah," right before yeah, here. And I wouldn't believe him, and I'd go past the turn, and that would be it. Like every time, he was right.
Yep. Like, for those who are watching that are listening that don't know, little Bobby was legally blind, never drove a car in his whole life, despite the music videos you might have seen. But yeah, this guy.
It'd have been cool how he saw though, because he must see like auras, man, the way he was, because you could see people from a long ways away, like you could tell who you were, but must see like you must see your vibe more than anything. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I got here, when I walked in the side door, I looked towards the stage. I looked around. I didn't see him, so I went to the bar because there was a lot of people in there. I went to the bar, and I got up to the bar, and I asked where he was. And just as the bartender, that was Pixie, was bartending at the time. Yeah, she is pointing, and just as I'm turning around, boom, he's right there. Like, how did you see me walk in? There were so many people.
Every time I remember see from a distance, even the last time I saw him, I could tell he knew it was me. Like just from a distance, when the way that I feel like he could see, he probably shouldn't be able to tell who you are. It's like he could see good and bad in a weird way too. He would always, I miss him. We all do though.
Yes. Okay. Tell me about your first gig.
My first gig. Actually, just found a video from it. It was in well, no, we'll take that back. I played a gig in the Tiny Chair Project, a little band I was in, and the next day I cut my finger off.
You what?
So yeah, I cut the end of my finger off the day after my first gig. So that was put a hamper in gigging.
It was like what, 15 years ago?
Yeah, it was before I moved to California. It was a while ago. It was before I really started playing even like hard. Because that caught me. I just didn't really do it again after that. Then 2016, I believe, I started up again, and then Middle River was the first one. And that's pretty much been doing every year since. So.
You should you've got original music. How do people find it? I'm
on any and all platforms of music that you could possibly think of, Pandora to Spotify to TikTok to Facebook, Snapchat. You just got to search Ellsworth Maki. And which is
It's
people have a tough time spelling, but I believe it's right on the bottom of the screen there.
yeah, it is. It is. It is.
But
Oh,
yeah.
what's the hardest part about being a musician?
Um,
Besides being broke. Don't say being broke because we all know that.
I would say that you're very lucrative at sometimes too. It's just you blow your money like crazy. I asked Bobby the one time, like, is it what do you do about that? Is that just part of life? And he's like, hey, you just gotta keep her. What do you say? You just gotta keep on getting on or something like that.
Yeah, keep on
you
keeping
can't
on.
really help
Keep
it.
on
It's like a
keeping
part of the
on.
vibe.
Yeah,
But
because
toughest
he
part about
always
being a musician is that there's a certain jealousy aspect out there that comes with certain people. I hate it. I hate the living shit out of it. That's the reason I don't play anymore really around here. It's just too much negativity between some people that no one can help what they do. So
there are some people out there. There's what did he call it? Professional jealousy.
And really, if you think about it long enough, it's just admiration. Because I get jealous of people that are way better than me. You know what I mean? And I know not to like make that a negative thing. I know it's because I want to. So go try to be as good as them. That's all. I mean, don't. It's because I admire them. It's not because I hate them.
Yeah.
People don't do that. They just like shun you around here for the musician.
Try to learn from it. Yeah.
And Little Bobby's that bar was the most. That and I would say like Saint Hilaire. Those two places are probably the most opening places for music around here in a long time. I just happy as hell.
They are very welcoming.
Yeah.
Where was your favorite gig?
Oh, man, I don't know. I'll say in 2020. Must have been 22 or 21. It was my favorite year. I'll say that. I got flown in a old seaplane up to the Northwest Angle for a gig. That was fun. I dropped off on a boat to a gig. I played well over 200 gigs and I made $20,000. I would say that whole year. I went down south with Little Bobby. That was that year. That whole year was just epic. I haven't been able to come near it since. But
well, what do we got to do to get you back out on the road and get you gigs?
I guess
we could put you on podcasts and stuff like that. That might help.
I need some stability at home.
Okay.
I need to be stable here and have a creative space here, and then I can, I was leaning too hard on the music. I wasn't paying my bills enough, and I was just it doesn't work when you do it like that. So. I took it for granted too, a lot of it, I changed my number the last year I changed my number every 2 weeks for a year. So if that didn't wreck the music, me needing money did,
Yep. Yeah, I know how it is.
That's a bad
musicians.
That's a bad business model. Don't change your number if you're trying to play music. I've had the same number since March now, so.
Well, we got about 5-6 minutes left. You got some music you wanna play for us, or you got a message to tell young musicians before that?
Oh man, I would say don't get caught up in all the hype. Just learn. If you find somebody that's willing to show you something, hang on to it. This is one of the more recent songs I've written. I guess it's not complete, but. On my tables, it come gone away from me. I ain't dated the same chick now, and she was 23. Gone, baby, gone all the times. I still can't find, Lord, my peace of mind. The highway, and the highway comes, and I still don't know if you want this love. But my baby don't. No, my baby don't. Lord, my baby don't miss me. How could she when she she won't talk to me. It's like one of my half songs. That's all I got so far, but that's all I ever write. Really, it's just a part of it, and then the rest of it.
You've got a whole album. You've got a whole album of songs, don't you? That you just released last year?
No, it was a couple years ago now. That was the same year. Or no, this is a winter after that.
You got something off of there that you like to play?
Yeah. Let's see. I'll play the Wildflowers.
Oh yes.
Look now in your eyes, so lonely in these dark times. You were there and now you're gone. This forever don't last too long. All I see is wasted nights. The life that would have been mine. All these towns are on and on, but you never go too far. If you're gonna love it, then leave it wild. Watch it grow in the darkest tonight. If you're gonna need it, better give it away. Watch it come back someday. That's just the nature of the game. We're all just swimming in. If you really love her, then let it go. Sit back and watch the flowers grow. I can see the look, and I can see the questions in your eyes. Hell yeah, I'm used to something. I can't remember back to time when I really wasn't. Now I don't need you and you don't need me. Guess that's how it's gotta be now. I'm on the road with all my time, so holding on. If you're gonna love it, then leave it wild. Watch it grow in the darkness of night. If you're gonna need it, better give it away. Watch it come back someday. That's just the nature of the game. We've all been living in. If you really love her, then let it go. Sit back and watch the flowers grow. What do you say to be held to pay? Done no wrong as you walk away. Gone again, finding your friends. Guess I'm on the break again. Mount on the blood and I'm killing the night. Sick and sad and alone, I'm walking on the edge now. Bottle alone, well I can now. If you're gonna love it, leave it wild. I forget I'm in my apartment. I'm trying to sing along. But yeah, that was one of my old sayings. My friends told me one time was, "If you love it, leave it wild." Boy, is that true.
Yeah, I love that song. That's one of my favorites. And you know, we're gonna have to work something out. Yeah, I mean, you need to put out a new album. I'll get you I'll write you a 1-page. We'll get you out there. I'm gonna keep on doing the physical promotions and publicity and stuff like that. And if you need a hand with that, I got you.
Okay, right on, sweet.
I'll write it all up.
See, I want to get wet. My music's weird. I've been talking too long, too long, giving myself to the wrong crowd. No, that's kind of weird. That vibe is where I'm gonna go with stuff. It's gonna get a little weird.
Oh, it looks like.
See it to the right. I just can feel. I can see what I got when I finally like wash off expectation. It's gonna come here eventually.
Oh, I just got word that I haven't heard from my second guest yet. And see, my first guest originally was didn't realize that I was still doing the show today. So I appreciate you filling in last minute.
Anytime. I'm good to last minute. I'm spontaneous.
Yep. Yep. That's why I asked you.
Feeds my spontaneity. I don't mind it.
I'm trying to figure out
I'll
how
be
we can get
mobile
this.
here.
What's that?
I should have. So hopefully I'll be mobile here soon. I got a motorcycle. I should have fixed this week. So.
Oh, awesome! You could come out and play some gigs, and
I'm gonna just drive it. I can't wait to drive that thing so hard.
I mean, we got we got a place for you to crash. I mean,
I'm gonna just drive that motorcycle 200 miles all over the place. When I've been waiting, itching for it.
Right, and then before it gets cold.
I've been walking to work at Walmart from Northland, so.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. You don't even have a bicycle?
No, I've just been walking. I got a job. I'm going to work. Hell yeah.
Yep. You got a job. You're going to work. I'm proud of you, man. Good job.
Yeah. Even if I got to walk there.
Yep. If that's what it takes, man. Of course.
Mm-hmm. I don't know
so
if
you're gonna come out. You're gonna come out at the end of the month and do
for Huli Hogfest.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was gonna mention something if you text me the other day, but I played that every year, and that was kind of important to me just because I met Little Bobby's dad before I met Little Bobby. You know? So I like playing that one. I don't care. Like, whatever has to happen, I'll play them on the street. I don't care. Yeah. Whatever they need.
Well, I know my producer's listening. I guess this second guest, maybe you need to email the original email again and let her manager know, because he had messaged me like before this segment that he had sent her the link. So maybe she didn't get it yet or doesn't know what to do. But yeah, how's that for a comeback show? My first guest canceled, and then I got a good fill-in. Got a great fill-in.
Always remember, Sunkist is the only orange pop that has caffeine. Everybody.
Is it really?
Yep. I've been telling everybody that.
Mm-hmm. Is there any root beer that actually has caffeine in it?
I don't know. I don't know anything about root beer.
And I'm drinking coffee, of course.
No.
Because this is my clean show. This is the professional show, and normally I don't do this on this show. But
I was gonna say, can I smoke? I didn't even know if I could smoke.
Yeah, it goes, and I wasn't smoking on this one. I was, because he'd get after me. But you know what? I wish he'd come yell at me for it.
I guess you can do you, but no one's gonna tell me when I can't smoke. You know? That's why I don't fly on commercial airlines anymore.
I'm in my own home.
I won't fly.
I mean, I'm not in the studio or the bar or anything. I'm in my own home right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you were here. These kids. Okay, so little Bobby's oldest daughter, Catherine, took over the bar. She was the next to Ken, and
she's like red.
Even
hair,
though,
right?
What's that?
She's a red hair, right?
Yep. And even though. So it's funny. People are, and I'm starting to get upset with people because, I mean, not upset, but they're like, well, you don't have keys anymore. You're not working down there anymore. Blah, blah, blah. You put so much work into it. Well, people have to understand the only reason I put so much work into this place was so that Bobby would have something to leave his kids.
I totally understand that. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're trying to make a fortune off, or you know what I mean. I could tell what you're doing. You know?
Yeah. I didn't do it for me. I didn't do it so because it said Mama T on the side of the building. I mean,
Yeah. And what are you gonna do now? What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna keep doing the podcast. Catherine and I are working together. We're still gonna keep the legacy alive. They're doing the bar stuff, and I'm gonna keep doing the music part and the newsletter. And whenever they need help down there, I'll go down there and help out. You know,
I have a really weird job. You'd probably like. It's I don't work for Walmart. I work for this company called Acosta, and I just run around Walmart and take pictures of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super, and I'm the only employee, and I'm just, so if you were looking for a strange job, I'm sure I could help you out.
Mm.
Yeah, it's neat.
Well, I guess we do have oh, we've actually got a guest that we rescheduled. It was he and his band were scheduled. Well, they're a duo, and they were scheduled for the 4th of this month. But I was not in my right mind to do this show at the time.
Okay.
So that one was a tribute. But he's actually Hadley's manager, and we do have him. We just don't have him on video. So after the show, I'll give you a call, Bubba, and
Yeah,
we'll talk about some stuff. We'll get some stuff going for you.
sounds good. Anytime.
Thanks for filling in last minute. I appreciate it.
Yep. You need anything, let me know. Appreciate you, Mama T. You have a good one.
Love you, Bubba.
Love you too.
All right. Well, we've got Shannon. We don't have video connection right now. We just have audio. Shannon, you there? He's his mic is muted. I was gonna throw in
You there?
yes, there you are.
How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
His had waiting for Hadley to check on here. She's
Yeah.
they're having some really bad storms down there in Nashville right now. So
Okay.
she said the power just went out, so she's trying to find an alternative to be able to connect. So
All right.
I think it just flickered in and out, on and off. But so she's loading her computer right now.
Okay.
So she'll
And I
be
mean, she
on.
can always do from cell data too. She can always just click the link on the cell data on her phone too, if that
Yeah,
works for her.
let me text her here. Hold on a second.
So while we're waiting for this, I'm just gonna throw out there real quick. The 5th annual Huli Hog Fest is going to be August 30th and 31st and September 1st and 2nd. There's going to be jam sessions with area musicians in memory of Little Bobby and Big Bobby. Big Bobby was Little Bobby's dad, and he put on a hog fest every year in honor of his memory. And this year it will be in honor of both of them. There will be a cornhole tournament. Let's see, Saturday. Oh, I can't read this. This print is too small on my computer here. But there will be a cornhole tournament. I think it's like 1 in the afternoon or something like that on that Saturday. Oh, and this year we're continuing up through Monday too. So it's the 30th through the August 30th. Oh, ha. Let's see. I thought that was a message that had to do with the Hog Fest. Anyway, everything. The reason it's called Hog Fest is because we roast a bunch of pork. We got everything pork. We're gonna have all kinds of sandwiches and anything you want that's pork. We'll have it to eat. There's gonna be camping. There's a campground. You just find us on Facebook. And you will call the city clerk and set up reserve your spot at the campground. And this is all at the end of this month. And I was hoping that I could read this poster a little bit better, but yeah, I can't see it. Well, but so we do have Elvis, the Elvis tribute show. If you guys remember, I had a guest on the show who does the Elvis tribute show. And he's here every month for the rest of the year, and he just happens to be here during Huli Hog Fest, which is August 31st. He will be playing at 5 p.m. We're going to have jam sessions before that. After that, on Friday, we're going to try and have Bubba out here. If you want to reserve your camping spot, go ahead, 218-563-3043. and reserve a camping spot. It's just a couple blocks here from the bar, within walking distance. Come out, enjoy the music, support these kids, support the bar, and we got to keep the blues alive, man. We got to keep live music alive. Like, support live music. Even if you can't make it out here, listen to live music. Go out and support these musicians, man. They're busting their tails. They're trying to live their dreams, and as you just heard from the previous interview, it's kind of rough. It's kind of a rough road. Like, people don't understand. Musicians are broke. Well, I mean, not all of them, obviously, but once you get out there, all right. Well, what are we going to talk about now? Do we have Shannon still on the line? He's muted. I was hoping to ask him a few questions. Well, ask her a few questions. But she is an up and coming musician. I didn't do a whole lot of research on her, just because I figured, that's always fun, just to have a spontaneous conversation with a musician that I've never met. I have listened to a few of her clips here and there of her playing, and this girl, she can sing. I mean, there she is.
Hi. I'm
Hadley!
so sorry. How are you?
Oh, you can't, hey, honey, you can't help the weather. I am so glad you made it. Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness. So tell the audience where you're from. Tell me about where you grew up and your family.
Yeah, so I'm from Georgia originally. Born and raised there. I graduated 18, moved straight to Nashville. So I've been in Nashville ever since. And I just started singing and hit the ground running and went with that.
How did you get discovered? Like, tell me about your first gig.
So first gig, my dad, he would always hear me singing in my room. And so one day he was like, you could tell he was like either annoyed or like, we're going to run with this. So he was like, I hear you every day. Do you want to get into singing lessons? Do you not? And I didn't even know what singing lessons were. So I did those for about a year. And then he had a friend that knew someone in Nashville. And again, I didn't know what Nashville was. And so he said, would you want to go there, sing there? And I was like, sure. I don't know. So he
How
took
old were
me.
you?
I was 14. And so Tootsie's on Saturdays does open auditions. So we went and did that. And John Taylor, which is the booking manager there, he was like, once you turn 18, learn the guitar, lose 50 pounds, and learn our set list, you have a job. And I was like,
Told
deal.
you to lose 50 pounds?
Yeah, I needed
And
to.
your
It
dad
was.
didn't lay you out?
I mean, no, I was working on it at the time anyway, but it was a really good. I mean, for me, like I said, I wanted to anyway for me, so it was a really good thing too. I did do it at the time. Now I need to lose it again, but it was a fun experience.
You look fine. So, honey, you are
Oh, thank you.
beautiful. Like, and I've
Thank
like
you.
seen clips of you on the stage. You're beautiful. Like,
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
as long as you're healthy and you're happy, who cares?
Exactly.
So was your family musical, or was it just you singing in your room?
My mom, I didn't know this until after I started doing music full time. My mom, I guess, used to sing, and my grandmother and stuff like that in church. But other than that, I mean, I didn't ever pick up an instrument until literally Tootsie's audition. So other than that, no, I just kind of picked it up and ran with it.
How old are you now?
25, about to be 26.
Wow. So you've been doing this a good decade.
A little bit.
Flies, I tell you what. It is really hot in here right now. Northern Minnesota is where I'm at right now. And I'm in my apartment now instead of the studio with the show. And the AC is right there, so it's too close to my little workstation here. I'd have that on, but hope you can't see me dripping.
That's like me in my car. I have no AC in my car right now, and I just had to drive to Maryland, and that was torture because I was like traffic jam after traffic jam. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And you can't even open the windows and get the air.
Exactly, because it's like it's not better out there.
So who's your musical inspiration? Like, who did you listen to growing up?
growing up was definitely as a little girl, Demi Lovato was my favorite, just vocally wise, and
Oh yeah.
then Shania Twain, also Dixie Chicks were one of my favorites. I was singing those when I was 3 or 4. I have a poster somewhere of me. Embarrassing, but my mom blew it up for my graduation. Um, Definitely older country, Tanya Tucker, stuff like that, 90s country at least.
I was actually named after Tanya Tucker.
Were you really?
So my name is Tanya, but it's spelt with an A, and my maiden name was Brucker.
Oh, wow. That's
And my
cool.
mom liked the spelling of the name. She just didn't like the pronunciation. So
Right. Well, I used
yeah.
to pronounce it wrong when I was singing it too for like the first few years, and I didn't. And my mom finally was like, "It's Tanya, not Tanya," and I'm like, "Oh, I only knew Tanya's growing up, so I didn't know."
Yeah. Reba McEntire. Yeah.
Big one.
I love. So you
Kelly
sing mostly.
Pickler.
What's that?
Kelly Pickler too. I love
Oh
her.
yes.
I love all the. I feel like, I was talking to someone the other day about Kelly Pickler, and they don't know who she is, and I was like, for me though, as someone that was so huge, like those are my favorite things, and I feel like that's a different thing with country and or just music now, like evolving. I feel like every genre of music is evolving in a different way, and it's kind of cool to like talk to other people and figure out what their like version of 90s country is or like their version of country, But I also started in blues. I did leave that part out. So I try to do like blues and country, mix the two between each other.
Blues. I love the blues. Like,
Mm.
Judds. The Judds. That's what I was trying to
Yes,
think of.
the Judds
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. What do you listen to now?
I listen to Lainey Wilson. Love her. Um, who do I listen to? Lainey, Ella Langley. She's a big one. Ashley McBride is definitely one of my top tier people. I still listen to old stuff too, though. That's the thing. Like when I go to when I go to
Sorry, the flies.
you're fine. When I go to certain shows and people request songs and their new songs, I don't know them a lot of times just because I still do listen to older stuff. So yeah, I would say Ella Langley, Ashley, Lainey. I love. I'm trying to think of men. I need to throw them in there. Obviously, I like Morgan. I like Post Malone. I have a lot of respect for what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's crazy what he's doing.
Oh my God. So, and that's the thing. I do love the blues, and until little Bobby and I started dating again. So we were friends for 30 years, and then we dated for 3 years. So until we started hanging out again, is what I mean. I forgot how much I loved the blues because I grew up with the old country or old school rock, and you
Right.
went to high school, Metallica, AC/DC, all that, and I forgot how much I loved the blues until Bobby and I started dating, and I was like, and the blues family is just they're also supportive and
Yeah.
oh
There's so much interpretation that's left up to your own mind and your own being in those types of situations. Like the blues place I used to sing at, it was an open jam every single. I don't know if it was Monday or Tuesday, whatever. But random people would get up, and I mean they were all older, like way older than me, and they still let me get up, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even realize what the blues were at that time, and they were like, just learn these songs, and I would just remember they would like take their solos, and I'm just starting to sing, and they're like, no, 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 we all take solos, we all just like it's a vibe, and we all have a fun time, whatever. And I'm like, oh, we don't like speed it up, got it, okay. But it's just a cool. They're cooler. I mean, I think same with old country or like bluegrass, like they take solos and they do different things with them, and they have more free, will to add into each song, so it's
yeah,
cool.
when you're listening to like all these old blues women, they just go off like there's lyrics. What's lyrics? You just
Exactly.
you just sing. Do you
Right, they're
have
hitting these notes and those riffs, and you're like, who's that? Where did that come from?
how did you hit that note?
Yeah,
You have your own original music.
I do.
How many albums do you have?
I have 3 out right now. One's an EP. We're working on some new stuff, but yeah, I started that. I would say so. The first project I did, the album is the EP. It's called Life, and my dad actually paid for a producer to help me. He literally said, "Give me your journal," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And he took my journal within a week and had all these ideas. And we got together another time and we all wrote. It was me, him, and one other girl. We wrote everything out of there except for he did write one on his own about my real dad, and it's called Good Guys. And I will say it's my most prideful song. I'm very proud of it. He literally took everything that I wrote down and like made it a song, and I was like, oh my gosh, like because again, I didn't know what songwriting was. I didn't know what harmonies were. I didn't know, all the beautiful stuff about music. I didn't know really much about it. And so, yeah, he's like, "What do you think about this?" And I was like, I just remember sitting there like crying. I was like, "How did you?" He's like, "They're your words. I just put them together." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
So
So,
he was like a old school AI.
yeah, literally, like we would be even the last song that we did. I remember I was sitting there and I couldn't figure out like one line or something like that, and anytime I had like any confusion, he'd be like, "Well, just do this. Why don't you just say it this way?" And I'm like, how are you doing that? Like that's so
So
annoying.
so
How
you
are
can
you
say your dad is your biggest supporter
Oh, 100%.
of your music
100%.
career.
100%.
That's awesome.
My stepdad, definitely.
So tell me about your first gig. How terrified were you?
My first gig, I don't even know what my first gig was. I remember when I was 8, my parents got me to they had friends that owned a Moe's. I don't know if you know what that is, like the Mexican restaurant. It's like Chipotle, but
Okay.
different. But it was 4th of July and they got me to go out and do the national anthem. Terrible, terrible. I remember like my voice cracking and I was like, but then I'm 8 and I looked cute and everyone's like, "You're fine, like whatever." So I started with the national anthem, which is crazy to even think or say because that's the hardest song you can sing and the most terrifying song to sing. But first cover. Are
Uh-oh. You're cutting out
you losing me? I don't know.
a little bit.
I can hear thunder too. I don't know if hopefully it'll stay on. Um, First real gig, I don't even know what it was. I just think national anthem, biggest national anthem was Braves game. That was absolutely terrifying. And then Tootsie's, I guess, would be like my real biggest, crowd and stuff like that when it comes to cover music and all that.
When was that?
That was 14, so 2000, what, 14? 2014? If I do my math correctly.
So tell me
Around there.
about your music career since then. Where been on tour? Where have you gigged? You've opened for people.
So like I said, I moved there 18 and I worked there until about 3 years ago. And it was just kind of I needed a break from, there's a difference between traveling and doing music than you're staying on a street where there's 58 bars and there's 3 floors in each of them and there's singers on every single floor. So people are there to have an experience rather than appreciate music. And I'm not saying they did not. I had a lot of good years. I think COVID definitely, there was a big like switch. And I think it became more about partying than it became about music. So one, we worked for tips there. Like that's how we made our money. And no one believed us. And that was real. So when my money started dwindling down, I was like, okay. And then I was working so much that I almost had to get vocal cord surgery. And that
Oof.
was a really scary thing because you can literally lose your voice for the rest of your life. Or you can, Lauren Elena, gain an octave, but you don't know. So it got to the point where like even calling my mom hurt, like talking to someone at the drive-thru hurt. So I actually went down to Key West. I had a friend down there and he was like, "Why don't you come down here and take 2 weeks off and then I'll get you in our singing, rotation." And there's not very many females down there. There were only 2 at the time. So when I came down there, I was new and everyone wanted to hire me. Well, I was dumb, and so I just started singing just as much. and I was again killing my voice. So I spent about 2 years there on and off. I'd go back to Nashville, but very great experience. I don't regret anything that I've done. It's just I need to learn how to be safe about my voice. And so when you travel and you sing, for me at least, feels like people appreciate it a little bit more. So it does feel a little bit more fulfilling at the end of each gig. Like, okay, they like what they heard. Like they didn't go next door and think, or walk out and get to go hear another person. Like they either stayed for me or whatever. And so right now, 2 years, or I guess a year.
Oh crap! You're
Georgia.
starting to lose you again. Oh, and we've got about 5 minutes left, 5 minutes left, and I missed like the last the last thing you said. Let's see, we got about 4 minutes left, and I'm wondering. Okay, well, first, what was I going to ask? How do people find your albums?
Everything is on anything you stream. So iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, anything like that, YouTube, all of the above.
Okay. Random question. What's your favorite comfort food?
Favorite corn dogs.
That is the funniest thing because, okay, somebody just like, there's this Facebook post going around that says, if your friend is sitting there and pouring their heart and soul out to you and they start crying, at what point in the conversation is it appropriate to start eating your corn dog?
Right.
And my answer was, it depends on the quality and the temperature of the corn dog. Because
Right.
if it's a really good corn dog and it's still hot, you just eat while they're talking because, I mean, that way you're a better listener. You're not interrupting or talking over them,
Right.
And if it's, I mean, or you hand them a box of tissues and while they're blowing their nose, you eat the corn dog. I mean,
Right.
why
Or
wait?
like, do you want a bite? I'm going to continue. I'll
Right.
eat
I
the
just want to
rest.
make you feel better. Here, have a
Right.
bite. You got tours coming up?
We are working on our schedule right now. I don't even know what it is, to be completely honest with you. I feel like I've not slept for 4 months. So everything is posted on my website though. So hadleymusicofficial.com, and that'll be updated, regularly. So yeah.
So do you happen to have a guitar sitting next to you?
I do in the garage.
Because I was thinking, you could maybe play us out or sing us
What do you
out.
want me to play? What do you want me to sing?
Whatever is your favorite thing to sing.
My favorite thing to sing? Oh no. I'm hell on heels, say what you will. I done made the devil a deal. You made me pretty, you made me smart, and I'm gonna break me a million hearts. I'm hell on heels, baby, I'm coming for you.
What a voice on you.
Oh, thank you.
You plan on coming up north anytime soon?
I just started recently touring up there, so yeah, I am.
Well, you're gonna
Maryland,
have
Minnesota.
Shannon bring you up here. You gotta.
I am.
Because Little Bobby's is a really great. I don't know if he's told you anything about this place, but it is a great music venue, and you book a gig here, and maybe you'll get a star on the side of the building. There's a.
Okay, when do you want to book me? I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding, but
Right. We can talk after the show about that. I gotta talk to
yeah.
the new owners because little. I don't know if he told you about little Bobby or that he passed away here. And his oldest daughter was the next of kin. She took over and she's doing such an amazing job. Oh my God, this girl, she is a powerhouse. She's like her dad. She just goes in there and whatever it is, she's gonna take it over. And she's got this. I mean,
Oh, good.
I'm just so proud of her. I'm just like, and I know her dad is too. It's just. I just can't wait for you to come up here though, because like this last year, during we do this Women of the Blues festival every year. So
Really?
This past year when we did it, I think it was June 1st. But at the same time, we unveiled the little Bobby's Walk of Fame, and we had these metal stars cut out and put all down the side of the building of all of the music, all of the musicians that have played here.
That's really cool. That is really cool.
It is. Like, see your name on the side and a star.
Yeah, I know. No, I definitely need to go there.
I think the show's about over. I am so glad I got a chance to visit with you. We're going to have to stay in touch. I mean, I'm on Facebook.
Okay,
the
perfect.
Buzz with Mama T or Tanya Nelson on Facebook. I'm either wearing this one or a blue one just like it.
Perfect.
Thanks so much for being here. And I just wanted to thank all of my viewers and all the fans. Sorry about the little break, but I'm sure you all understand, took a couple of weeks off the show. But I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad that this was a great show. I mean, oh, Hadley, you guys got to go out, go look for her music, listen to her, and we'll get this girl up here. We will get this girl up here. HadleyMusicOfficial.com. Look her up.
Thank you so much.
Buy her merch. Buy her CDs. But I'm going to sign off for the day because I've been drinking coffee out of my family mug, my family. So too much coffee, and Mama's got to run to the bathroom. But I love you all, and thanks for tuning in. And can't wait until next week when we're going to have Kelly Baker and Keys Williams. That will be on the 25th. So I'll talk to you all next Sunday, and thanks for tuning in. March on, march on, march on.